Hey, welcome back to Barbecue and Bottles. On this episode, we're going to be doing a gear review of the Traeger Pro Series 34 pellet grill. We're going to take you through the differences between a pellet grill and other types of grills, whether it's gas or charcoal or offset smokers. And we're going to take you through the pros and cons of this baby right here, so stick around. So the number one reason that people switch to pellet grills versus a conventional gas grill is just that incredible smoky flavor that you get using pellets. This grill is essentially just fired with wood pellets, and it's that heat and smoke that create incredible smoke rings on whatever it is that you're barbecuing, and just adds a ton of flavor. These pellet grills, they can go from 150 degrees Fahrenheit to 500 degrees Fahrenheit on the high end. And so you've got a real broad range of things that you can grill. We've done everything from brisket to ribs, chicken, home cured bacon. You know, we've even done reverse seared tomahawks and steaks on this. So it's really, really versatile. We'll put links in the description below to some of the recipes that you can see us cooking here on this Traeger. And of course, you know, some folks will say, well, we can get that flavor using a charcoal grill or an offset stick smoker. And frankly, yeah, you absolutely can. But there's, like, when you're doing the really long cooks, whether you're doing, you know, a 10-hour brisket smoke or whether you're doing a large pork shoulder, it really helps to just have the simplicity of a pellet smoker where you can set the smoker to your desired temperature and just have it run for that full length of your cook. You don't have to worry about adding in charcoal or adding in new logs. You just set it and forget it, and it's really simple and straightforward, and you don't have to compromise on the taste. So how does a pellet grill work? Well, you've got your pellet hopper over here. Lift up the hatch, make sure you've got that full of pellets, whatever flavor you want to use. And then on the control system, you just use this knob to set the grill to whatever temperature that you're looking for. There's an auger at the bottom of this system over here that will feed pellets into the middle of the grill, and that will go into a really hot firebox, and that firebox ignites the pellets. That's what provides the heat and the smoke flavor. There are fans in that firebox that move the heat around the grill, so it's very much like you're cooking with a convection oven. We're cooking with indirect heat here, so it's perfect for low and slow briskets, ribs, you name it. So once you've got your grill fired up, which really only takes about 5 minutes, it's going to stay there at the temperature that you set it to originally. Again, going back to that, one of those key benefits relative to a charcoal grill, you don't have to sit there and man your grill for the entire time. You just set it and forget it. You can use different types and flavors of pellets. So Traeger themselves, they have, you know, hickory, apple, maple, alderwood. They've got a whole bunch of others. And you can even try your own mix. You know, blend 2 of those different pellets together, depending on the protein that you're smoking or grilling here. And you can really hone your pellet smoking skills to get that flavor profile that you're looking for. So what do we like about the Traeger Pro 34? Well, first, it's sheer capacity. So when you check in under the hood here, you've got 41 by 27 inches of sheer cooking space. So that gives you just under 900 square inches. We've had 6 racks of ribs on here that were oversized racks. We've had 20 pounds of bacon. You know, this really gives you a ton of room to work with if you're having a big backyard bash. Now, Traeger also makes the Pro Series in a 22 version, so that's a little bit smaller. My folks have that, and I just, you know, I wanted the extra space. Secondly is the overall build quality. So as you're putting this together, and it's super easy to assemble, you really realize that it's well thought out and well constructed. This company, they're manufactured down in Salt Lake City, Utah, so if you like supporting America, this is a great grill for that. Also, you know, you've got a lot of really good features here. There's a spot for a temp probe, actually 2 temp probes, and you know, that's actually built right into the control system. So you can just hit a button down there, check the internal temp of your whatever protein it is that you're cooking, and that just makes your life a little bit easier. Also, I'd say just the assembly, when this arrived at our house, it took us about an hour to put it together, and for the most part I did it by myself. I needed a bit of help for maybe 5 minutes, but otherwise this is something you can just do at home by yourself. Also, the startup's really easy on this system. It only takes about 2 minutes to get the smoke rolling, and then between 3 to 5 minutes to actually get the chamber up to your cooking temperature, depending on where you've set it. And the hopper itself, at 18 pounds of pellets that it'll hold, you're generally burning somewhere between 1 pound to 2 pounds an hour, depending on where you've got the temperature set. So no matter what you're doing, you've got loads of fuel to run for at least 10 hours, and it's actually not that expensive relative to a gas grill. And finally, just the temperature range of this grill makes it really versatile. So we can do as low as 150 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect if you're doing ultra low and slow smoking like we do with our bacon. Or if you want to crank it up, you can go up to 450 to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on the ambient external temperature conditions. And that's great if you're doing a reverse sear steak and you just want to bring that temperature up nice and quick. So it makes this a really versatile grill. So what are the drawbacks of a pellet grill? Well, firstly is they need electricity. So you always have to be relatively close to a plug or have a long extension cord, but you need that, as that's what's really firing the control in the auger system. Secondly, as thick as this steel is, it still doesn't do quite as well under winter conditions. Traeger sell an insulated blanket, and I'll link a kit down below if you're looking to get into a Traeger grill like this that comes with everything, including that insulated blanket. And that will help retain the heat of the main cabin here. But without that, when you lift this lid in the winter, you really lose a ton of heat very, very quickly. Next, on cost, this grill runs you about $1,000. And that's not that bad relative to some gas grills. I mean, we spent a little over $2,000 on our gas grill, but of course it's no Weber, where it's a Weber kettle will run you maybe $120. But frankly, the simplicity of just being able to set it and forget it and keep that constant temperature through the whole part of your cook is just, in my mind, an absolute no-brainer. The ongoing cost, that actually isn't all that bad. Again, you're burning between 1 pound to 2 pounds of pellets an hour. And so the cost relative to a regular gas grill or propane grill isn't that much worse. And a 20-pound bag of pellets will run you maybe $20. So that's kind of the, directionally what you should be thinking about from an ongoing cost perspective. So another knock that people have on pellet grills is just the whole cleaning process. And there's really only 3 things that you need to be cleaning. Firstly, it's making sure that your pellet hopper doesn't get full of a bunch of dust. You want nice, full, clean pellets in there, and over time, you just need to take a shop vac, clean it out. There's a great little trap door on the bottom if you need to empty out your pellet hopper, whether that's for cleaning or whether that's for changing your pellets. The second is cleaning the actual drip tray and the drip bucket. So the drippings will end up falling down onto a tray here. We've got ours just covered in tin foil. It'll move down the system, and then there's a drip bucket at the end here. And you can use tin foil to line yours. Traeger has liners both for the drip tray and the bucket. That makes it really effortless, and you don't have to do it every cook. You can see we haven't cleaned ours in a little while here. And then of course the third thing and the final thing you need to be cleaning is just the fire pot itself. So as the auger's feeding pellets into the fire pot, you're creating a bunch of ash that will need to be vacuumed out. So if you've got a shop vac close by, it takes 2 minutes. You just remove your racks, remove the drip tray, get down in there with a shop vac, boom, you're done. So they're way lower maintenance than some people make them out to seem. So I wouldn't view that as a real material drawback to a pellet grill. So if you think you want to get into pellet grilling, the Traeger Pro 34 is a great entry option for you. We've got a link in the description below to a package that, again, if you're considering, hop onto Amazon, check it out. And we've got the links below to everything you need to get started. So if you like this video, leave us a comment below, hit that like button. Let us know if there's any other grills you think we should be reviewing or products you think we should be reviewing. And thanks again for tuning in, folks.